Well, I have to see if anybody shows up. It is a cold and miserable day today. When I checked the forecast early this morning before daylight, it said it was going to be sunny. I'm still waiting for the sun to come out because it hasn't. I checked the temperature just a few minutes ago outside, and it said it was 34 degrees. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, 34 degrees. That's cold. And when I went outside this morning to milk before daylight, it was it 31 or 30? Anyway, it was cold. There was ice on the top of the water. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go back out and check Daisy's water. She had plenty of water there when I was out there earlier. I have to check again. Um, Last night I put Daisy back in the goat barn with the other goats because it was so cold. Um, so they could have their body heat. Um, I'm not sure what to do about Billy yet. I may just leave him in there. He's got a small barn. He's got plenty of loose hay because when I put the hay net in the barn, I mean he drops hay. He's not very neat. But then again, I don't know of any goat that is neat when it comes to hay. So he's got lots in there to keep him warm with. Um, so long as he's not shivering, um, I'll leave him be, I guess. I check on him, at least once a day, if not twice. I think with the colder weather, I might check on him twice. But we are supposed to have a bit of a warm up about midweek. Yeah. So Nicole came through. And thank you, Nicole, for filling my large water tank. Unfortunately, I do not have the overflow IBC tote hooked up yet. It's been raining. So it rained, what was it, Thursday night? Pretty much all day Friday. We might have had a brief break, now and then, but we got a good soaking on Friday. Yesterday, it was cloudy, miserable, and there were it still had a little bit of rain in the morning. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain in the morning, and it was just miserable. The goats were not happy. Definitely the goats were not happy. But we do have water in the tanks. So I'm thinking, I think we're supposed to have a moderately warm day on, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I have to double check. But I think it's supposed to get up to 50 degrees. So I might actually get some carpets pressure washed now that I have some water that I can use to pressure wash them with. And I think it's going to be warm enough that I can get away with doing that. So that's the plan anyway. Whether or not that plan holds true, I mean, what can I say? Things are always changing around here. Oh, yeah, don't mind me. I'm dry. Uh, it was a rough morning this morning. We found out this morning that someone that is very much loved in our church passed away earlier this week. And my husband and I, they forgot to call us and let us know or text us, whatever. And I mean, it happens, in an emotional state, it's bound to happen. Somebody's going to get forgotten, and that's okay. But if anybody, every time I hear something, Okay. But if anybody ever just breathed God's love, it was this man. Um, and he is going to be greatly missed. So, but the beautiful thing about it is that he is amongst his brothers and sisters in Christ and in front of his Savior. And and I know he is ecstatic about that. Because he loved his God. He surely did love him. So I have no doubts whatsoever I will see him again. He had a wonderful sense of humor, great smile. His heart was the warmest I'd ever come across. So anyway, so a little bit emotional this morning, but we'll see him again. So yeah. So Nicole is still lingering. I think we're probably done with the precipitation, but we've got the clouds still. And she brought in a cold front like you would not believe. The temperatures nosedived. I think that we stayed in the 30s overnight, but barely. Tonight is supposed to get down to 29. Wood stove is burning and keeping us nice and toasty warm. I got up this morning and there were still coals in it, so I find it does better if there's coals. If the fire goes out completely and I have to start a new one, that's when I get some smoking. But if there's still coals in there and the flue's still hot, then I don't get the smoking like I do when I'm just starting a fire. So anyway, how do you like the new background? If you saw my video on the meat that we got, then you would have seen it. That's the pantry. The pantry light is on. The pantry light that I put in earlier this week. So that's on. I got to add more shelves in there. But this will be all painted. I still have to do up top, but I have to put nailers in. And with the weather that we've had, I really could not get out there and cut the nailers. So I'm hoping I can get to that this week. We'll see. I've got some more boards laying here on the floor waiting for me to cut up. Since I couldn't leave them outside because it was raining. So, hopefully. Now, I was thinking that I would paint back here first before I move the refrigerator over. But the thing is that I have to do the same thing behind the refrigerator. I have to re-insulate, and because some of the insulation got ruined, and I need to get back in there and just pull the refrigerator out and work on that and get it all boarded up. So I figured, well, it's not like it's going to be difficult to paint around the refrigerator. The refrigerator pulls out, and then I can get in behind and paint it. So, and I don't want to have to, stop painting and then start up again. I'd like to get all done at once. So I've got this wall here. I'm not going to bother painting the pantry. The pantry is paint's expensive. Okay, let's face it. The pantry is there. It's just to hold the food and whatnot. Okay, so I don't have to, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have to paint it. It's low priority, extremely low priority. It's insulated. The wall board's up. Okay, so I just got to get shelves in. I am not worrying about painting it. But the outside walls, yes, they're going to be painted the same color as the living room. So I've got this corner here. Let me see here, right here. That little bit there, and then on the back side of this wall right here, there's a section that I need to get the wallboard on, and then behind the refrigerator, and there's a section on the other side of the wood stove, between the wood stove and the stairwell. Hey, Central Kentucky Prepper, how you doing? Staying warm? It's a cold one out there today. And I'm pretty sure that when I went out to milk this morning, I'm sure I saw a few flurries. So I was trying to ignore it, but I think I did actually see a few flurries. So, yeah, winter has arrived. I don't know if she's going to stay around for very long. Like I said, I know it's supposed to get up to 50 degrees. Is it either Tuesday or Wednesday? Oh, man, I can't believe we still have a fly flying around here. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know. Maybe they're in the wood. I don't know. I'm going to have to go out and get more wood too. So before too long. But see here, staying warm in the basement, unpacking boxes. I hear you. I hear you. Oh, that's one thing I want so bad to start unpacking more boxes myself. But I've got enough cardboard waiting outside for me to get into a burn barrel. And I couldn't get the barrel done because it rained. So I did, however, get, let me see here. Is it in that box? No. Let me see if I can get this. I don't know. I got 52 cutting wheels. You think that'll be enough? I thought it was a pretty good deal. So, that ought to do me for a day or two, right? Well, between cutting fence, and I got to cut the top off that barrel and get that set up for a burn barrel, and then I can start burning the cardboard. But then I'll get that cleaned up, and then I can start unpacking some other boxes. I'll tell you, it's almost like Christmas when you're unboxing things. Almost. Well, you're getting your unboxing done a lot sooner. Make sure you wear eye protection with those. Yes, I do have some goggles that fit over top of my glasses. I don't know the goggles themselves or safety glasses, but it protects my glasses, and which I'm not wearing right now. Yeah, because my glasses are all scratched up. But yeah, I do have some goggles that fit right closer around my eyes. I got a set in the barn. I got a pair upstairs. So because it can mess you up bad. But yeah, and that means I can use my new. I haven't used it yet. This is my battery-powered Ryobi angle grinder. Have not used it yet. I've got the grinding wheel on, which I probably should be using to get the rivets grinded off the shovel blades so I can replace the handles. Because I need to dig around where the plumbing is for that large tank so I can get a bucket in there so that I can put insulation around that and keep the animals away from the plumbing. So I need to do that. It's on the list. List is up here. I think I need to write the list down. But there's always something to be done, right? So anyway, I got to thinking. One thing. For the life of me, I could not find at all and it was driving me nuts because I needed to get some insulation done, upstairs mainly, and of course I needed to do behind the refrigerator. Could not find my knife that I used to cut the insulation. This morning, just before the live stream, I found it. Believe it or not, I found this knife, not this time, okay, but when I first got it, this is not a good kitchen knife, at least not mine anyway. I found it when I was walking out in the pasture. It was laying out there in the pasture. There is weird stuff all around this property, and you just never know what you're going to find, okay? And anyway, so I found this. It's not exactly perfectly straight. It's got a little bit of a bend in it, maybe a little bit of a warp. It's a serrated knife. And I had seen somebody else using this to cut the rock wool type insulation like what I had. This thing works perfect. It slices through that stuff, lickety split. Oh, so nice and neat, very little tear out. I have a drywall saw. It's got more beefier teeth. And I was using that a little bit because I had to have something, because I had a little bit of insulation to do right here. I didn't have a lot that I had to cut, but I had a little bit. And it's like, what am I going to do? So I used the drywall knife, and it was not nearly as nice. I managed, it worked, but this, okay, if you ever need to cut insulation, this is the ticket right here. I'll tell you, something like this. It's a fine tooth serration. Okay, it makes a world of difference. So that's my insulation knife. So now I can work on the insulation. I don't know if I'll get to it today. I'll do little things. Sundays is mainly because we have church in the morning. It's mainly taking care of the livestock. Water, hay, making sure everybody's taken care of, that kind of thing. I don't usually get into too many projects on a Sunday. It's just, especially this time of year when I don't have that much daylight. So, that's at least I can do that now. Yes, I wanted to talk about Chucky, the meat that I got from him. I think that on my video, I told you what our total cost was, but I don't think I mentioned what it worked out to be, price per pound. I've seen other people calculating the price of their pigs, their chickens, and their beef. And I don't know what we did, but from what I could determine, without knowing exactly how much I spent on feed, which is not real feed, but mostly alfalfa, is I'm just going to guesstimate that it costs us less than $2 a pound. Okay. Insulation in the storage building is next year's project. Yeah, I hear that. Going to put a wood burner in it too. Yeah. Oh, that will be so nice. Definitely. You definitely want to have an insulated workshop for sure, or storage building if you're going to be using it as a workshop too. But that will make a huge difference. A lot of people do that. I don't have a store. Well, I have the barn, but I'd love to have another storage building, but I don't know when that'll ever happen. I don't think I'm going to bother insulating the wood shed though. If I ever get it built. Right now, I just have the wood all piled up out here in one big pile with tarps over top. It's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. I know that, but it's better than having it scattered all over the place. So hopefully I can get to that. But what's the priority? The pump house or the woodshed? Pump house or woodshed? I am leaning towards the pump house. That's what I'm leaning towards. So get the inside done here, at least the kitchen anyway. Upstairs, I'll insulate as I can. But I'm not worried about putting the wall board on up there right away because I really want to get this kitchen done. I'm getting so tired of not having a fully functional kitchen, not being able to wash in the sink. It's just, and washing everything is such a production. So hopefully, you know, um, should I say before Christmas? I don't know. We'll see. If we get a warm up, I watched Weatherman Plus, and he was saying that we might possibly get a warm up in December, which I will be very grateful to have that. In the meantime, I'll just do what I can. Um, it looks very good for us getting our back porch built. We got the estimate in, and it's a doable price. So I told him to go ahead and pencil us in on the schedule. The only thing is, we're waiting on the money to clear in the bank. The thing is, it's a Canadian check. If we were up near the border, either side of the border, it would be not a problem. We'd have it within 5 minutes. No big deal. Lickety split. Down here, no. They have to send it off. Supposedly, they send it overnight to another branch, and they had to deal with it. And it's been over 2 weeks, and we haven't got the money yet. It's like, this is crazy. So, I mean, the further away from a border that you get, the harder it is to exchange currency. So, I mean, my husband tried to get him to send it in American funds, and they wouldn't do it. They could have. It would have been a lot less hassle for them to do it than it is for us to do it, apparently. So the guy at the bank said it could take up to 6 weeks. It's like, 6 weeks? You're kidding me. That's crazy. I don't know if it's just because of where we live or if it's just the times we live in. I don't know. So anyway, the guy can't do the back porch until January anyway. So we should have it by then. So the back porch is going to get built, and we'll see where we go from there. It'd be nice to get my wash machine, my brand new wash machine that's been sitting out here on a pallet, waiting to get moved onto something so I can use it. I'm going to put it on the back porch and use it out there. And I might even put a shower out there. Okay. Shower room and the wash machine. I've been told that's gray water, so I can just run a pipe out and it'll run downhill. It won't hurt it, nothing. So, high heavens bound. I don't know if it's true or not. I was told the bank by the airport does transactions from other countries. I wonder if that's true. That makes sense. If it's an international airport, it's very possible that it does. We just went to our bank here in London. And they said, we didn't expect it to take 6 weeks. We expected it, based on our experience in the past, it should only take a few days, a week at the most, But when he said 6 weeks, I was like, you're kidding. That seems a little bit ridiculous. So I keep checking. The bank account. I'll be listening, getting ready to drive a little. Okay, don't you go getting in no accident now. You don't have to listen if you're driving, but that's okay. Just keep your eyes on the road. So anyway, I don't want to be the causes of anybody getting into an accident. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. I started to talk about Chucky and the meat. I think $2 a pound is what I'm guessing that it would have cost us. Okay. And I mean, that is like, in today's prices, that's ridiculous. We ended up with over 60 rolls of of hamburger. Okay. And I think it was like around 10 of each of the T-bone steak, and the ribeye steak, and chuck steak. I don't remember how many we got of the chuck. Not as many, maybe five. I don't remember, but yeah, we didn't get very much chuck. Not as much as we did the T-bone and the ribeye. But I mean, he wasn't huge. He was um, under 1,000 pounds. Okay. Um, if I had hung on to him a little bit longer, he might have put more weight on, but I was done. Okay. Trying to keep him out of trouble and keep him safe at the size he was at, it was starting to get to be a bother. So he was good for the near the end. He was good for the most part. He went into his stall when I put him in, and he, you know, was happy to be there at night. I let him out in the morning with the goats, and he had a happy life. He was one happy steer. He went, he just wandered around with the goats. I free range my goats. Do not recommend it for everybody. Okay, I am in a situation here where I can get away with doing that. Not everybody can. Okay, so don't just think that because I free range my goats that you can free range your goats. Okay, because it's the situation I'm in here. I can do it. Okay, but they do get locked up at night. So anyway, so he was walking around. He was walking around with the goats. Um, but near the end, he was starting to hang out at my neighbor's pasture. It's like that wasn't good. I didn't like him doing that. Um, I don't think my neighbor was terribly upset about it, but still, I didn't like it. So I started putting him in the stall at night. When he got back here in the afternoon, that's when I would put him in, and I just made sure he had as much hay as he wanted to eat. Made sure he had water. He got fed alfalfa in the morning and alfalfa at night. Um, Now, there was one thing I need to find out about. Um, is that the butcher that I took him to, okay, I did not get any organ meats at all. He told me, got my earbuds. Oh, okay, there you go. He told me that the liver was wormy, and so he couldn't give me the liver, and his heart was wormy as well. And he said that he usually sees that not so much in grass fed beef as much as he does in grain fed beef. Now, I don't know if things have changed over the years. It's been over 20 years since I bought um, steer from a farmer. And this is the first time I raised one. Now, Chucky was not fed corn, even though he did on occasion get into the chicken feed. But I gave him just a handful. I have small hands, a handful of sweet feed at night. He didn't even get it twice a day. He got it at night with his alfalfa. Okay. Um, so I don't know how he would have gotten. Would it really have been a problem? Anyway, I need to ask some of these beef people around here and ask them if they've ever heard of that. Because when I bought steer off a farmer who was mostly grass fed, but he did at the end, I thought he said, like I said, it's been over 20 years, but I thought he told me that it was the last 2 weeks of their life that he fed them corn. But somebody else said it's usually 2 months. I said, I don't remember. It's been way too many years since then. Maybe it was 2 months. I don't know. But I was given the liver. If I wanted the liver and nobody else wanted it, I was given it. Liver and The heart, no, I never got the heart. Um, Something I don't know. Maybe it was the pig I was given the the kidneys. Something I got kidneys for something. Um, but anyway, I didn't get any organs at all, and they said it was because they were wormy. It's like, okay, should I be worming him? Should I have been worming him? Was it the grain? I don't know. I've never heard. I mean, this is the first time I raised a steer, um, so I don't know. But I will be asking around to some of the beef growers around here to see if they have heard of that and if that is actually a thing, and if I should be doing something different. Because I'm debating on whether or not to do this again. Um, because I milk Daisy, and I plan on milking Lily when she's bred and she kids. Going to be raising her as a dairy goat. Um, and I could, um, not so much Little Miss. I don't think. I don't know that Mama would do well with it. She's got good teats. She's got a good udder, but she's getting older, so I don't know. Milking Mama would be good, but Moo Moo, I could milk, um, but I don't know. So if I wanted to, I could train Moo to milk. I have had her on the stanchion, and I have milked her a little bit. Um, and so if I milked Daisy, Lily, um, Moo, don't know about Little Miss because I think she may be too small. But Ashley, when she's bred, I may be able to milk her. Um, if I had enough goats in milk, I could possibly raise another steer or two. The way I understand, you would worm them like you would a horse. See, I don't know. I never even thought about worming them, and I don't know because he was raised for feed, for food to use for the meat. I'm just not sure. So, the meat I guess is good. It's fine. As a matter of fact, the guy was raving about how good the meat looked. Um, so I'm happy with it. Um, but what I might do is see my neighbor here where I got the hay from. All he's got is a little pony. I don't know if he would be interested in possibly putting a steer or two on his property, and I get a couple of bottle calves and raise them on goat's milk, and then when they're old enough, put them out in his pasture, and raise them that way, grass-fed beef. Um, I'm planning on taking a couple of T-bone steaks over for him and seeing, talk to him about it and see if he think about doing something like that. Because I don't have the pasture, okay, to raise a couple of steers. I just don't. What I have is not that good quality. The pasture needs a lot of work, cleaning up and just clearing better, and just a lot of stuff that needs to be, um, improvements made on the pasture before I could possibly think about raising steers, multiple steers. I said Chucky was different. He ran with the goats, um, and he grazed around the cabin area. I've got this one pasture back here, um, so and that one's not too bad, but the weeds overtook it this year. So I'm still hoping that may be remedied for next year, but we'll see. Um, so I don't know. It's something to think about. Um, for that price, you know, if it came in at $2 a pound, it might be worth it. I don't know that I could do, because I wouldn't have enough goat's milk. I don't think I could do more than two. Daisy gives about a gallon a day. Um, Lily, I have no idea what kind of production she would have, but if I milked her, Daisy, Lily, and at least Moo Moo, those three, that might give me enough milk to raise two bottle calves. So we'll see. Um, but you know, decisions, huh? So, but what we got going on next, besides finishing uh, this area here? That'll be so nice to have that painted. Won't that be nice to have that painted? At least when I get the refrigerator moved over here, the refrigerator is white, so that'll brighten up that corner somewhat. And I think what I need to do, um, I got a couple of cabinets. I need to just take everything out, clean them all up, and reorganize. But once I get all these walls done up, I can work on the shelf for my kitchen sink. And once I have that, I can get up the gumption to brave the cold and start working on my plumbing. I'm not really looking forward to doing it in the cold, though. I'll tell you that right now. Not looking forward to it at all. Um, my biggest concern is being able to drill a hole in my floor for the drain. I've got the a 40-foot length of pipe down underneath the cabin right now. Okay, so it can drain down that way, um, down the hill, and I just have this end here, tape closed, and I'm not sure about the fitting. What I have to have, I think I need a 45. One that has a clean out on the one end, and then a part that curls up, and then I got to try and figure out what I need to hook up into the cabin. Um, so then I can but I have to know where the drain is going from the sink down to the floor and through the floor. Um, I think normally these days they like the plumbing to go into the wall. Well, no, I'm not sticking any plumbing in that wall. Okay, it's going to go down through the floor, because then if I have a leak, at least it's going down under the floor. But hopefully there won't be a leak. But I'll tell you right now, when it comes to drain pipes, I don't have a very good track record. Okay, I replaced them a couple times, and I have a devil of a time getting them to work. I am tired of pipes. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. But unfortunately, we need them. So, but this will be the most complicated thing, I think. And then hopefully it'll all work and there won't be any leaks. At least with a PEX pipe, it seems to be a little bit more user friendly. And I got to figure out what PEX I need. I could just go with getting all white pipe. Never mind about the red and the blue. Just get the white. If that's even available in Lowe's. I don't know. It's been a while since I checked. And then I don't have to worry about, making sure I have enough of the red and the white. And I'll just, not red and white, red and blue. Red is for the hot, blue is for the cold, generally speaking. And I don't know why, but in my mind, I want to reverse them. So, I don't know. But, yeah, once I get that figured out and get that in, I'll tell you. Once I get the plumbing in, there won't be any stopping me, I don't think. But at least I'm getting the walls. I'm getting my walls in. So that is one of that right there is my outlet for my refrigerator. Isn't that exciting? So, but yeah, I just got to do up top, um, because the refrigerator will be in the way, and I got to step on a stepping stool or something to get that corner finished, and then I can move the refrigerator over. Oh, and I also have a piece of vinyl flooring I need to put in back there in the corner. Um, I couldn't do it before because my husband's chair was there. And it's pain. But anyway, yeah. So once I get that up there done and that one piece of vinyl flooring in, then I can move the refrigerator over, and then I'm gonna. Oh, something I did. I thought I was being so clever because I'm missing two pins for this desk that I have. It's an open desk. The walls will make it warmer this winter. Yes, that's what I figured too. I noticed a difference already. Last night I put the quilt on the bed. I was almost too warm, I did have I left the electric space heater on in the living room. Um, but even that doesn't give you that much heat, just mainly in the living room area. Um, but the wood stove just had coals in it this morning, and I was, like I said, I was almost too warm. So, but anyway, so I'm missing two pins for the shelf to sit in, and I thought I found this on Amazon, and they had like four different kinds of pins in here. Um, they've got this kind here that has the rib in the middle, and they've got this kind here, or yeah, here that's flat, okay, on one side, and then you've got this kind here, just solid, that's the kind I wanted. There's a problem. And then there's this kind. Okay. Four different kinds of shelf pins. I thought, oh, okay, I could use those. And maybe it won't be a problem getting the thing. Thing is, do you see this? Do you see the difference? This one fits in the holes. This is too small. And this is what I needed. So, I just lost it. So I got all these pens, different kinds, and I can't use them for what I had bought them for. I'm going to see if this will work. I don't know for sure if it will. Like maybe if I put like a screw in here to kind of set the shelf in. I don't know if I can get away with that or not. But anyway, like I said, the size pin works. It's just that it's a different style, and I don't know if that will work. I have to see if I can get it. See, I thought, well, maybe. I tell you, I'm all thumbs today. Maybe I could put this pin that's got the ridge on it through here, but no, because this pin is too big for that hole. So I think that's the same size. Yeah, same size. So I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, I might be able to use these for other things. I got this whole case of these things. So they weren't that expensive, but it's just money that I maybe could have used elsewhere. But I may still be able to use those pins. I don't know. So anyway, I probably should get out of here. Get some work done. I gotta go and check and make sure Daisy has water. So when it's cold like this, she probably doesn't drink a lot. I know she had water this morning when I was down there. Um, she spent the night with the other goats, so she wouldn't have gone through as much, but I'm sure she probably needs some now. So I will let you all go. I will talk to you later. Stay warm, stay dry. Nice to have the water, but it'll be nice for things to warm up too. So I will talk to you all later. Have a good one.